So after the fight, if Zidane is wounded like he is, you should heal him. Don't worry about doing your menu until you leave the dungeon, though. Because you'll probably get an encounter and you'll probably have to heal again. But if Zidane's under about 1,000 or so, I'd top him up. So mash to get off the leather on this screen. Hold left. Unlucky. So this is the veteran that I was talking about. These can hit you with blaster. We're getting hit with a claw, which is good, and we're out. You'll need to mash to go through this door. Down, right, and then up. So the way that I personally get this bit is when Zidane's kind of standing in line with that light like that. That's when you hold up right into right. That's kind of my way. So down left on that first bit. So this is a Cerberus. These guys, in a moment, when I drop off the rest of my party and go to find Amarant, these guys can end you. You must be careful not to take flea damage against them, because they can kill you in one hit with a critical very, very easily. They will murder you. So be very careful against these guys. If you caught fleeing, they can kill you sometimes. And they just kill you. Game over. Start again. There's a bit of dialogue when you climb up here with the rest of the team. You're going to hold up left, sort of wiggle around and get through there. Just hold down on the screen. Now, exiting this screen, you want to go into your menu. You're going to go straight into Vivi. You're going to go to the equips, sorry. And you're going to put the mage staff on him. Go to off, unequip from top down. Go to L1 to Zidane. Take the power belt off. Optimize. Go to Gaia gear. Finally go to Steiner. I'm going to go diamond. Iron helm. Coral sword. Wrap round. R1. Coral ring. L1. Freya. R1 and hold down to get the power belt. Then we are going to go to Steiner's abilities. R1 twice. Level up on. R1. Get to Zidane. We're going to go down to alert, ability, antibody. Pop counter on. L1 to the top. And actually, no, we're not put counter on. So normally what you do is you put counter and auto regen on. But our Zidane's level 26 today. I think that's big. I don't know why that is. I think he's very close. It's 69 experience. Look. If we'd softed an extra stroper, that would be fine. Based on how your Dis 2 goes and things like that can alter how much experience you get and such. Yeah, we're 69 experience away from level 27. If you're not level 27, don't worry, just don't put counter on. The other alternative that you can do is you can also choose to put high tide on if your trance is particularly full. I would only really recommend doing that if your trance is like on the limit. But other than that, I'd stick with counter. Cool. Make sure Zidane's fully healed here. Don't worry about anyone else. You're about to drop them all off. Fast forward through this. Actually, there is something I wanted to touch on, but it's on Zidane, so it's okay. So when you were doing that menu a moment ago, if you actually stole the Orichalcon from Tahaka, you're going to want to put the power vest on instead of the Gaia gear. It's really important that you know about this, because if the reason we're wearing the Gaia gear is because it absorbs earth, which means that whenever the Earth Guardian casts Earthquake, it's going to heal our entire party to full. Now, if I'd stolen the Orichalcon, the reason we put the power vest on is so that we can increase our damage range and try and kill it in 3 turns. If you don't have the power vest on, you have a very, very, very slim chance of killing it in 3 turns. That's why we do it. But you have to pay attention to the fact that you're no longer absorbing earth, and you may need to throw some healing with Quina. That's the main one. Also, when you're doing... I'm going to do a save state and just go over that again really quickly because it's important that you do Steiner in the correct order. So when you're doing Steiner's equipment here, normally in this menu, you must make sure that you start with the diamond gloves. Again, it's because we've got abilities up that we want to keep on. So notice the diamond glove teaches ability up, and the lapis also teaches ability up. If you were to start with your accessory and you take this off and you put the coral ring on, like you normally would, then ability up will come off. And you need ability up on for Abaddon because we're trying to learn the ability charge. Okay? Don't mess up. It's really important. The menus in the notes, especially for Petro's notes, are written in the order that you should be doing them in. And there's usually a very good reason for it, and that's why. Okay. So when we get back into here, we're going to hold upright. If you hold up, you'll fall into a false trap. So hold upright, and you want to walk into this panel here. Fast forward through this little bit of dialogue. If you have lost the card game tournament and you do not have the rebirth ring, that chest to our left, you will need to pick that up. It's got the Maiden's Prayer in it. It's going to substitute the rebirth ring on Freya during Disc 4. It's very important that you get it. But we have the rebirth ring today, so we're not going to need it. Oh, that was bad. Please don't give me a fight. Nice. Never punished. This time when you get to the top of the pipe, you will have to mash to get off. Then we leave. Cool. Bit of dialogue before we get to head on our way over to Earth Guardian. So in this, it's the only one that's actually important is the Quinner in slot 4. Because we are actually going to use Quinner in a later menu. And by putting him in that slot, he'll actually stay there. Grabbing Vivi is just because he's the closest one. So we're going to proceed forward. The water shrine is just dead ahead. So you can just angle over that way a little bit and go straight in. Once you have dropped these off, it's going to ask if you want to change your party. Just say no. The Earth Shrine is almost dead ahead as well. It's a little bit more to the left. So it's actually around this part here on the map. So a little bit to the left. It's in the furthest volcano. So we're going to fly over one to our left here. We're actually a little bit too far to the left, I think. There it is. I've gone past it. Never mind. So it's in this one. There it is. It's right there, look, in that little crevice there. It's, in my opinion, the hardest one to find. I miss it the most. So when you come out of here, what I do is I hold left while that screen is loading in, because this one is just on this cliff face here. We're going to fly forwards towards that mountain face there. It's just in this little valley here. You can see if we go down. You can kind of just see him. There he is. Again, when we come out of this one, we're going to want to hold left. This one doesn't have a party select. It just lets you out. So I'm going to hold X and left. And the angle that I'm looking for is sort of like a 45 degrees down like that. Because we're going to wrap round around the bottom of the world. So we're sort of going to come out here. And then down onto this lip on the island down there. I need to angle it a little bit to the right. There it is. mark on the floor. Make sure you get nice and over it because you can land right next to it and lose a good 10 seconds or so. And then mashing through this bit in dialogue in the beginning, and you just want to hold down in this screen. Bit more dialogue. Make sure you mash through those quick QTEs. And then this one you want to hold just up. And do little save states to make sure that I've not fucked up any of my menus. Okay, so Earth Guardian is an encounter that you really want to count damage on. It's not too hard to count damage on. You've got plenty of time to punch the numbers in. But you are more likely to underroll than you are to overroll. I think. I think. So you need to pay attention. Normally, you kill him in 6 attacks, but you don't want to get it wrong because whiffing an eat is really, really slow. So he's got around 20,000 HP, but he dies after 15,567. So it can be really risky to take preempt, so be careful. I'm going to need to make... My cat isn't going to keep trying to break my Wii. She's really obsessed with attacking my sensor bar cable. If you are not confident in taking a preempt... Lani, I'm swear to God. Wait. I need that. Stop trying to break my Wii. If you take a preempt and you don't actually get the preempt and he ends up casting Firaga on Quina, it can put you in a really, really risky situation. I swear to... Get off. Fucking cat. Because Firaga will always kill Quina. It's the only thing that he's really susceptible to. If he takes a high roll melee, he'll also die to that. But being on the back row means that he's quite resistant. Firaga will always kill him. And Death Cutter can also kill Zidane in one hit. So be careful. So we'll take this preempt because I'm fairly sure it's going to work. And he's going to go. We've got 2, 4, 4, 8. That is a low roll. I'm not going to do anything with Quina here just in case. So Earthquake is the turn that we want to see. I'm going to go ahead and cue Zidane's attack first. And then I'm going to defend with Quina. Earthquake, as long as you're not wearing the power vest on Zidane with the Orichalcon, he's going to absorb it and it's going to give you all your health back. Another low roll. So here's the Firaga, as long as it's not on Quina, which it is. So as soon as Quina goes down, you need to pick him back up. Otherwise, you are quite literally playing with fire. Zandaga is good. Quina absorbs this and it deals low damage to Zidane. So that's going to put Quina on full HP for us again, so we can afford to defend. So Quina absorbs Earth and Lightning. 2, 3, 4, 6. So this is going to take... It's most likely going to take us 7 attacks here. Unfortunately, we don't have counter, so we're not going to be able to counter attack any of these abilities. Finally got a high roll. Need at least 2 of those in order to kill him 5, 6 hits. Blizzaga, he is resistant. It nullifies Blizzaga. Zidane also resists this because of the ribbon. So we can keep attacking. 2, 5, 8, 4. So we need a critical if we want to kill on this turn. He's got 2900 left. As you can see, the Death Cutter doesn't do too much damage to Zidane. Get ready for the eat just in case. Nope. 2890. So he has got 29 health left. Perfect. So Zidane has accuracy plus on, so we can be sure that he's not going to miss. So we can go ahead and cure eat. Easy. It's a pretty straightforward fight. Trance, I'm still trying to figure out personally. If you're in that encounter and you cast Grand Lethal, you're looking at a max damage roll of 9999. It's the primary way that you're going to be saving turns against him. I would start by using that and then going for 2 regular attacks afterwards into an eat. I'm pretty sure that even if you did Grand Lethal, ethered him, and then Grand Lethal again, he still wouldn't die. So you're still looking at like a a 3-turn fight anyway. But Grand Lethal into 2 basic attacks should always roll high enough to be able to just kill him. If he trances you later, then count damage and just pay attention to what's going on. So once again, this bit has a very small time save. We're going to be presented with 3 options. The way that we're going to be able to see where it is because Amaranth is going to do a little ellipsis, a little ... and then say, what is it that motivates you? Zidane's going to shrug, and then we're going to be able to say one of 3 things. So, ellipsis, tell me what motivates you. Say, I don't know. So you can press up to wrap round to it nice and quickly.